There's been a good time to be an amusement park owner, and our condolences to you if you are one. But if you're in any way associated with Dreamworld, take our advice and leave that ship, because we got the news that even mice have started to abandon it. What did Dreamworld do, and how much did they lose? We have all the deets, so stay with us. First up, let's talk about the dark clouds that surround Dreamworld. Dreamworld should see a shaman, because their bad days don't seem to leave them behind. The Gold Coast-based theme park got sued for $300,000 by an Indian cricketer, Bikramjeet Singh Benipal. According to the Courier Mail, Benipal lodged a district court claim against Ardent Leisure, a company responsible for the operation of Dreamworld, as he believed he was a victim of an accident caused by the water slide. The cricketer claimed that he was sent down the Wedgie too early, which damaged his knee, and that has been coming between him and his love of cricket. Mr. Benipal said that the accident happened in November of 2015, but he's been suffering from PTSD and gets flashbacks and nightmares that stop him from playing. Now, where's the petition to change Dreamworld's name to Nightmare World? That's why he wants the theme park to pay him $244,000 for his economic loss and $250 for pain relievers. Damn, the man knows math, so lawyer up, Dreamworld. So did Dreamworld learn anything from its mistakes? Nope, didn't seem so. On the 23rd of October 2016, an accident took place on the Thunder River Rapids ride that took the lives of 4 people. The Thunder River Rapids ride was made to simulate the experience of whitewater rafting, but things didn't go as planned. 4 adults and 2 children were on the raft that day when a pump crashed towards the end of the ride. It caused the water levels to drop, and then the occupied raft collided with an empty one that had drifted away from its moorings. The occupied raft flipped and caused the death of 4 adults, named Kate Goodchild, Luke Dorset, Ruzi Aragi, and Cindy Lowe, while their children escaped death. 2 kids surviving out of 6 people that came for a ride only sells when it's an Agatha Christie novel. In reality, this plot sucks. Now let's see why the ride wasn't stopped by any of its employees. Only in movies does Superman appear out of nowhere to save a falling ride, because in reality, there are only employees who aren't even properly trained. Courtney Williams, a junior Dreamworld ride operator, was on her first shift that day in 2016. She said that she would have done anything she could to press an emergency stop button, but she wasn't aware of the existence of that button at that time. She said in Southport Coroners Court that she received 90 minutes of training before her first shift as a load operator on the Thunder River Rapids, and she was told to not worry about the emergency stop buttons. It was her best knowledge that the ride would have automatically stopped because of the pump failure, and she didn't fully understand what stop buttons did. She described herself as inadequately prepared for the tragedy. What's more, she wasn't taken through the operation manual with her training that had the memo about the emergency stop button. Instead, she was left to read it herself. The then 23-year-old Miss Williams explained the build-up to the tragedy. She said that she couldn't open a gate to release a raft into the unloading area, and that when she found out that the ride had malfunctioned, she then got the attention of Peter Namath, the main ride operator. Courtney said that Peter's face completely dropped when he saw that the raft was about to collide. Dreamworld's lawyer questioned her that she could have reached the button had she intended to which Courtney replied she didn't know about it, so she never tried to reach it. Ride operator Timothy Williams told the inquest that there was no practical scenario training for dealing with emergencies at Dreamworld, but he knew that the rafts were capable of tipping each other up in deep water. He also said water level dropping was an operating problem in Dreamworld procedures and wasn't considered an emergency. Chloe Bricks, another ride operator, said that pump failures were common and she had to shut down a pump just a week before the tragedy. She also told the court that the Thunder River Rapids ride required more buttons to be operated and was more manual than other rides. Police later on recommended that no criminal charges should be brought against the operator or any of its employees. So what did Dreamworld have to say in their defense? Well, obviously they had to blame someone, so they put the blame on their engineer, who allegedly certified the ride as safe. The certificate issued by the engineer said that the ride was mechanically mechanically and structurally safe. They also sought legal action against that engineer. The engineer, in turn, accused Ardent Leisure of failing its duty under the Work Health and Safety Act. Is it only us, or are you guys also getting flashbacks of that Spider-Man meme? Hint, 3 Spider-Men are pointing fingers at each other, which in fact, they're doing at themselves. Other than that, Dreamworld had nothing to say, and the owner of the theme park pleaded guilty to the safety violations on that ride that killed 4 people in 2016. Ardent Leisure was accused of 3 charges, and each carried a $1 million penalty. In his report that came out in 2020, Magistrate Coroner James McDougall called out the park for its systematic failure in all aspects of safety. He also found Dreamworld guilty of not properly assessing the ride's safety risk in 30 years. 30 years? Did the engineer even work there back then? The report also recommended the Queensland government pursue charges against Ardent Leisure, as it was only a matter of time before another accident occurred. After the incident, Queensland introduced manslaughter laws and other laws related to workplace deaths, but they won't be used retroactively, so Dreamworld had nothing to worry about. This accident also sparked reforms to state criminal liability laws for companies. Then how much did Dreamworld bleed? The theme park's reputation hit rock bottom when evidence of the staff not having proper training, incidents not getting reported, rides not being maintained, and management failing to keep visitors safe was put before a 31-day coronial inquest in 2018. On top of their reputation in the sewers, the owners of Dreamworld also paid millions of dollars in damages over the theme park's Thunder River Rapids tragedy back in 2016. Ardent Leisure bled money as they paid more than $5 million in compensation claims to family members of the victims killed in the incident, as well as emergency responders and witnesses. The company settled more than 20 compensation lawsuits, but still, lawsuits were waiting in the shadows for their turn to attack them, from left, right, center, and behind. Some compensation cases started after the findings of the coronial investigation went public. According to legal insiders, the true cost of the tragedy could be as high as $20 million. So what did Ardent Leisure do after the accident? Ardent Leisure said in a meeting of shareholders that it had made considerable changes to improve safety in the years since the accident. They also demolished that ride, and the park also remained closed after the accident for 6 weeks. Now, let's see what we have in other related news. First up, Dreamworld isn't the first adventure park with a water accident. Intamin Amusement Rides introduced river rapids rides in 1979, and since then, all amusement parks around the world have included them. You heard it right. Intamin is the pioneer, not Disney. Now, there are more than 175 such rides around the world, and it shouldn't be the case, but there have been 21 accidents and 8 deaths that are associated with these rides since 1984. The parks having these accidents include Worlds of Fun, Hershey Park, Thorpe Park, King's Dominion, and Great America. Then there's Six Flags, Alton Towers, Alabama Splash Adventure, Walt Disney World, and the list goes on. Next up, we have Queensland Premier Anastasia Palisade, who failed to read the room. Man, her name is tough, so please don't ask us to say it again. But turns out her name isn't the only crime she committed. Miss Premier also had the audacity to promote a new ride by Dreamworld on her Twitter account, 5 years after the accident. Her tweet said that Dreamworld's new $32 million roller coaster was officially opened at Dreamworld's 40th birthday. Twitteritis never disappoints, and they were quick to slam the Premier and Dreamworld. Lastly, we have Queensland, whose amusement parks can't seem to catch a break. A 12-year-old boy suffered from a head laceration while he stood up during the ride on Looney Tunes Carousel at Movie World in Queensland, Australia. Because of this accident, other major theme parks across Queensland decided to temporarily close their carousel attractions to help the ongoing investigation by workplace health and safety authorities in Australia. The park that closed their carousel rides included SeaWorld and Dreamworld. Looney Tunes are supposed to give you a good time. What is this world coming to? That's a wrap for this video. So what do you think of Dreamworld and its fatal rides? Do you think it deserves a second chance? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button for more videos like this. See you in the next one.